I agreed to cat sit for my grandmother over the weekend. Her cat was actually 67 cats. I should have known something was off when she texted, "Bring extra clothes and maybe a hazmat suit, haha." I thought she was joking. When I arrived Friday evening, the smell hit me before I opened the door, like walking into a pet store merged with a yarn factory. My grandmother greeted me wearing what appeared to be a cat hair sweater, though it started life as navy blue. "Oh good, you're here," she said, shoving a 3-ring binder into my hands. "This is the feeding schedule." The binder was 47 pages long. Each cat had its own section with dietary restrictions, personality quirks, and a professional headshot. I'm not exaggerating about the headshots. Mittens III had better lighting than my senior portraits. "Mittens III?" I asked. "We don't talk about what happened to Mittens Y and II," she said darkly. My grandmother had apparently started with one cat, Mr. Whiskers, after my grandfather died. Then a stray showed up, then another. Then she started checking the shelter website daily, just browsing, until browsing became adopting every senior cat they had because someone has to love them. The house had been modified extensively. Custom cat highways ran along every wall, furniture removed for climbing trees. Her bedroom was now the cat bedroom. She slept on the couch. "Where do I sleep?" I asked. "The tub's pretty comfortable if you use enough towels." She walked me through the evening routine. 17 cats got wet food. 23 got dry food with supplements. 12 were on prescription diets for various conditions. 8 required medication hidden in treats. 5 needed their ears cleaned. And 1, a massive orange tabby named Detective Bartholomew, required exactly 4 minutes of chin scratches at 9:47 p.m., or he would yowl until sunrise. "What happens if I'm late?" I asked. "You won't be late," my grandmother said. It sounded like a threat. She left for her cruise looking genuinely relaxed for the first time since my grandfather's funeral. I was happy for her. Then I turned around and saw 134 eyes staring at me with varying degrees of judgment and hunger. The first feeding took 90 minutes. I had to separate certain cats who had beef with each other. Literally, one was food aggressive about beef. By the time I finished, the early eaters were ready for round 2. I checked the binder. Some cats prefer multiple small meals. Great. That night, I learned cats are nocturnal. All 67 of them. They raced through the house in waves. At 3 a.m., someone threw up. I found it with my foot. At 9:47 p.m. the next night, I was washing dishes when I heard it. A sound like an air raid siren mixed with a dying wail. Detective Bartholomew sat by the window, his mouth open in accusation. I'd forgotten the chin scratches. I scrambled over, checking my phone. 9:53 p.m. 6 minutes late. I'm sorry, I muttered, scratching under his chin. He closed his mouth mid-yowl and began purring like a motorboat. Exactly 4 minutes later, he walked away as if nothing had happened. Sunday morning, my mom called. "How's it going?" I looked around. Every surface was covered in cats. 3 were fighting over my breakfast. 1 had claimed my shoe. Another was staring at me from inside the kitchen cabinet. "It's fine," I said. "Totally fine." When my grandmother returned, she found me in the bathtub, wearing the hazmat suit she definitely wasn't joking about, updating the binder with notes like Mr. Paws prefers his 4 p.m. treat delivered on the second stair, and Duchess will only drink from the bathroom sink if you run it for exactly 8 seconds first. "You did wonderful," she said, beaming. "Same time next month?" I looked at Detective Bartholomew, who had appointed himself my supervisor. He slow blinked at me. In cat language, that meant love. "Yeah," I said. "Same time next month." I started setting phone alarms immediately.